Hello, my fairy garden friends. Let's have a fun Fairy Friday. Today, we are building a mini hill up to our fairy garden fountain and stone path. Tomorrow, Saturday, look for the What's in My Sandbox that is scheduled for 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And also on Saturday, the first birthday party game number 1 with a Cash App gift. That will be helpful for your fairy garden or whatever you are crafting. Now, let's get crafting with the Indoor Fairy Garden with your host, TZED. Hello everyone. How are you this Fairy Friday? How does it look, guys? Do I have it aimed just right? I know my fairy doll, she's a little too tall, but I want you guys to see what I'm building. So she's just added for decoration, so we at least we can look at her beautiful dress. Can you guys see that really well? The water fountain? The water fountain is a surprise, but I have a bigger surprise, so wait till the end, guys. Wait until the end, and I will show you the bigger surprise that I have for my fairy garden. All right, let me get settled. I want to get settled in right here so that I can watch your comments and work on my fairy garden. So I'll put your comments right down there. And the light is shining just so. You guys probably will see my shadow, but that's okay. There we go. Now let me take a drink. I stuck my big arm in the way. But at least I can read your comments. Hello, we have Tiffany Taylor, Paula Widener, Sacred Emotions. And let's see. I think that's it for right now. The others will probably come in very soon. But today, we are working on the water fountain that I bought for my fairy garden. Now, I did put the added decorations on the top right here, the little white things I showed you last week. And I added the fairy lights. And I did not glue these in for the purpose of being able to change them out. Can you guys see that okay? My other tablet is lagging. I hope you can see that. But I did not glue them in because when the holidays come, I want to be able to change it to Christmas and other holidays. So I went ahead and just stuck them in there. And of course I do have a fairy on here and a unicorn. And my little fairy man that says fairy garden, but we will be moving him right now. I'm going to move them out of our way. Now, here's one of the things I built this for the fairy garden right here, and it's made out of clay, and the fountain has about this size of a foot, so that left me room to glue it on this, and this does detach from the fairy garden. So if I don't want this anymore, it will detach from the water fountain, and I can have just a beautiful water fountain. So this does come off, and I build it up to make a path right here and a path right here. And then of course the reindeer moss will be glued on all up and around to make it look like they're climbing a little hill to get to the fountain. How awesome is that, guys? Tiffany, I love that. I think you should build me a garden. Oh, Tiff wants me to build her one. Now here's what I did with this, guys. If you remember, this is one of the stones that came in the kit. And what I did is I took the greenery off of these. After I cut these apart to put in the tree, I took the greenery and I taped them together at the bottom. And then I stuck them inside one of the larger rocks so that I can squeeze this rock right in to here, just like that. And it gives me more greenery, and it looks like trees to the fairies as they climb up the hill. They have a tree right here. How awesome is that? And I did bring everything I need. I have my reindeer moss. I have my glue. And I have more of the rocks in case we need them. And I have my tape and my river stones, my blue river stones. And I'm kind of debating this, guys. I need your help. I do have the glow-in-the-dark river stones that can go right here up the mountain to have them walk on them, and they will be glued on. Now, I can put those there, or I can use like regular river rock stones. What do you think? Paula, I love it too, and you can build me one too. I'll be the second one on the list. Now I have two of them wanting me to build a fairy garden. But I was thinking, I really like the fact that they glow in the dark, but also, oops, I need a thinner one. I gotta look for the thin ones. I don't know. I don't know if these look good there. They kind of look like water, so I'm afraid I don't want it to look like water coming down the mountain. I want them to be able to walk up the mountain. What else besides the stones? Well, I have, you can use tile. I have small tile pieces. Oh, Paula said get a different color. That's true. Instead of using blue, like maybe get green or white, or because I really like the fact that thank you, Queenie. Queenie's in the house. I like the fact that they glow in the dark, but I don't want it to look like water right here. So I will take your advice. I will order some different colored glow-in-the-dark stones. That's a very good idea. Thank you. And Tiffany seconds the different color. Yeah, like a brownish tan color where they will pop and stand out, but they will still look like they're walking paths up to the tree area here. Well, how do you guys love my little what do you call it, my seer stone? Isn't that beautiful, guys? I love that seer stone right there. You can see through it, and it looks really pretty. Now, when you use your big stones like this, and you put it with the reindeer moss, you do want to cover some of it onto the big stone. And I do not want to glue the stone to anything because I want it to be movable. So what we will do is glue some reindeer moss around here to make it look like it's part of the hill, and that way it isn't actually glued to our little mountain right here. So here is my reindeer moss. Thank you, Queenie. Wait till the end. I have a bigger surprise for you guys. Now, you can also use the reindeer moss to fill in different patches on your grass. Once you have your grass glued down and you see open patches, you can use it to hide the open patches in your... But let's get started here, guys. Let's get started on our mountaintop. And what we want to do is glue a section at a time going upwards. You never glue top to bottom. You glue bottom to top. And that way you can keep a good track on how much you need without over waste. So I will put a little bit of glue right here. And we will start gluing on our reindeer moss. And the stones will go on last down into the reindeer moss. Now you see how I'm covering the big stone? Can you guys see that? Now I am putting a little bit to cover the other stone to make it look like it's fitting on the mountain. And then and the reason I don't have jewelry on is because we are working with glue and crafting materials. So I don't wear my jewelry when I'm crafting. And then you start at the bottom. And don't be afraid to make it look to your liking. That's what you want to do. You want it to go how you want it to look. And so you keep doing the bottom. And then once I go all the way across, I will go ahead and add or take away what I don't want, because this is cheap enough that you can always throw it away if need be. But look how that looks. Doesn't it look like a hill? It's already starting to look like a hill. So then you get your and it feels like real grass too, guys. It really does. And I can see where I'm going to have to add. Can you guys see the bottom okay? Let me see if I can put this down just a hair. Whoop. Almost too much. Let's see if I can put that down just a hair. Can you guys see the bottom? I want you to see the bottom. There. Can you see the bottom now? There we go. Now you can see where I'm gluing. Okay. And do you see where it looks like a grassy hill already? And then we want to put a great big pile over here. There we go. Now, you look at it, once you get it all the way across, you want to look at it and see where do I have any empty places I could put more grass. And I do see, so I'm going to take out some more of my reindeer grass. And I got something cute to tell you guys. And I told you this before, and I have to laugh. I used to teach K through 3rd grade. And I had one of my YouTubers comment to me, you sound sometimes like you're talking to little kids. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the teacher in me coming out. So please, please, guys, if I do sound like I'm talking to little kids, just give me a break, because that is the teacher coming out in me. So I'm trying to change that, guys. I'm trying to not so sound like I'm teaching 3rd graders. Okay? I just had to share that because it did make me chuckle a little bit. All right, Paula says she can see it perfectly. Good. Now I can see where I do need some more right on top here. It looks too, and you just put your glue on there like that, guys, and you just grab a bunch and stick it in. It will stay there. You don't, the one thing about crafting a fairy garden, don't try to be perfect. Don't try to be perfect, because when you try to be perfect, I can almost guarantee it will not turn out. So let the crafting flow where it may. All right, I need some more right here, I can tell. So I'm going to glue more reindeer grass right here, because I want it to cover the base and look like a grassy hill. Just like that, see? So I needed a little bit more there, and I need a little bit more right here. So I'm going to take a string of glue across there and grab a pile, and I'm going to glue it on. Now, how does that look, guys? You see how it's looking more and more like a hill. Get my little stone to stay up there. I had it tucked in really. There it goes. All right, and I do want to put a little bit more here to hold the stone. So we'll put a little bit more right there to cover part of the stone. Now, how does that look, guys? Give me your honest, constructive criticism. Does that look like the base of a hill? See how it's flowing upward? And it looks just like a base of a hill. How awesome is that? And I have my little, and this reindeer moss, guys, I love working with the reindeer moss because it is really, really soft. And you just want to keep playing with it, and it's just really soft. And there we go. All right, Queenie says, the teacher, part of you is helpful when teaching us. Oh, thank you, Queenie. Thank you. And Queenie also said, yes, it does. It's beautiful. Paula agrees. Thank you, Queen. I love the trees, too. Now, I will, down in here, this part, I will be adding some reindeer moss to that to make it match the hill. But I'm going to leave the tree alone because I want to be able to change out the flowers and change out for holidays. Like I said, they are not glued in. You never want to glue them in when you use a fountain because you want to be able to change them out. So we'll put that right back up there. There you go. So I will add some reindeer moss here and reindeer moss here and here after I turn the fountain off. And I love the sound of the, I wish you guys could hear this fountain. It sounds so pretty. All right, let's move up to the second. Now, here's how you do the clay, guys. I forgot to mention. When you're working with the clay, you mold it, you take cling wrap, and you put the cling wrap over your product. And then you mold however your hill, I could show you how I'm doing it, but it's really how you like it. So you mold your hill to the fountain, and then you make your grooves or however you want your hill to be. If you want just a slope, then you make it a slope. But I like having the stone pass in mine, so I went ahead and put the indents for the stone paths. And I did think about, I was talking with Angel one day, and I told her we were talking about putting some fairies inside the hill, but that would have been too big and too bulky. I originally did it that way, and then I cut into the hill so I could put fairies under there, and it stood out way out here, and I didn't like it. So I went back to my original plan of just having the hill, because that was just too big for the fairy garden. All right, let me get some more reindeer moss. Now, we have to be sure and tuck it in. Let me get some glue on this part. We want to tuck it into where my stone paths are going to be. But first I'm going to go ahead and glue the reindeer moss here on the hill so that it goes down. Now, you always can add more to make it stand out, guys, just like I did there. Now, this part is straight uphill. This part is going right up the hill, and then the path starts here, so they only have to walk up the hill a little ways before they get to the path. And you want to make sure that it stays sloping. You don't want to put it over the other grass. You want to make it look like it's sloping, just like that. All right, we need some more glue right here. And we can start tucking our reindeer moss into the side of the hill. I'm going to tuck it right in there and make sure that it's flat before I move on to the other parts of the hill. I got to get it all tucked in there on the glue so it stays just like that. And you just keep going. You just keep working and tucking and gluing and tucking and until you get all of it tucked inside. There, how does that look? I have it all tucked inside the slope. And that's just why I don't wear jewelry, because everything sticks. Because your fingers will get messy. Now, I could wear gloves, but I have a hard time working with gloves on. So I only wear gloves when I'm working on the dolls or I'm reborning. That's the only time that I work with the gloves on. Okay, so here we go. We got that done. Now, that's all tucked in. And so my rocks will go right inside at the top, right there. Plenty of room for the stones. And they will go right inside there and look like a stone path. All right, more moss. Now we got to fill in the rest of our hill. Now you got to make sure here, guys, if you're making a hill, do not put a lot of reindeer grass, because you don't want it to look like you can climb right up. So there you go. You just use a very flat piece, and you see how it slopes into the hill, but yet the ledge is still sticking out. That's what you want. You want your ledge to still stick out without overpowering the bottom of your hill. So you want to use very thin reindeer grass right there. There you go. See how that goes? And now I have my path going this way. Can you guys see that in the camera, how you can tell there's a path here? Without overpowering the bottom of the hill. Can you guys see that? Tinley? Oh, hi, Tinnyway. Hi, Tinny. All right, I can see right here I need a little bit of flat. I got to find a flat piece of reindeer grass. Let's use this. Just a flat piece right there. There we go. And, and if it sticks out wicky-wonky, guys, you want it to be wicky-wonky, because grass, if you look out at the hills by where you live, or you look at the grass in your yard, it's not even, it's not perfect, it's not smooth. So you want to make it, when you're doing your reindeer grass, moss, I should say, you want it to look just like a natural hill. So don't try to pat it down, make it perfect, because then you will flatten your reindeer moss and it won't look the same. So now we take some reindeer moss without the glue and we stick it right here in front of the rock. So now you see how that blends that rock right into the hill. Can you guys see that? How do you like that? You see how it blends it right into the hill. And then I will glue some right here. We only want to glue a little bit of reindeer grass onto the rock to match the hill, just like that. Just a little bit, guys, so that it looks like the rock is part of the hill. Can you see that? Now our rock looks like it's part of the hill. See that? And I love that part because it actually looks very natural. Very, very natural. Let's move on. Now we're on to our third stone path, or our second stone path. And you see how once the rocks get placed in there, you will see how it blends. And I will not put them in till next week, guys, where you can be with me and I will show you how to put your stones in and how to put the reindeer moss around your stones. All right, I need some more reindeer moss. Take out another pile here. All right, so then we're moving on to our second path. We're moving on to our second path. And we are gonna, now you see how the second path is bigger? The second path starts here and goes all the way over here. So you just put a little bit right here to blend in with the other part of the path, and then you start tucking. So we're going to tuck this right into the hole where the path is going to be. Oh my goodness. Got glue all over my fingers now. So we got that tucked in. Got to tuck some more in. Okay. Now the reason you do flatten this down a little more and tuck it is so that the stones will fit evenly. So that's why you do that. Now that is ready. So now we got to blend the hill into the second path. So we're going to put a little bit of glue here and start blending our hill. The same with this, guys. Very flat. Very, very flat when you're doing your second stepping area. You don't want it to, seeing how I got too much and I took it away. Now you can see the difference. That's why I took it away. You want flat pieces. Very flat pieces, especially for the second one, because it is a little harder to blend into the hill. So we'll go ahead and take the second. There we go. Now, not to worry about this. We will fill this in when I put the stone path there. So we're not going to worry about that until I get the stone path in, and then we do the other side. Because you don't want to do that before. You don't want to do that before you get your stones in. So we're going to leave it just like it is. The moss is all tucked in where the steps go. There we go. And this will all be filled in right here when the stones, because it'll cover up some of it. So you don't want to do that. Now we are on the top. We're not going to do this section today because I have to do this after I get the stone path in. So we are going to do this section though, right here. We are going to put this section together. And you want to take just a big bunch and plop it on there, because this is all going together where they don't walk. I guess they could, if they wanted to, climb up the hill. But I'm blending it right into the tree. You see how I'm blending that right into the tree? And then I'm going to take another bunch and stick it right here. Got a little piece of reindeer moss in my fountain. I don't think it'll hurt it, but you don't want to, you got to watch for that. Okay, now I need one more lump of moss. There we go. And let's see, let's put this right here. Now, this side of our hill will dry completely, and it is the side that doesn't have the stone paths. Let me take this piece out. It looks too, there we go. Now, this is the side they don't climb on. And you see how it hangs down and blends right in. Right into the rock, into the... That way, if I wanted to set a fairy right here on the rock, I could. Let me show you. And she looks like she's standing on the rock beside the grass hill. There you go. And so, if she wants to go up the hill, she will walk here, right into the first path, right up to the second path. And when you guys see the stones in there, you're going to see what I mean. But right now, our beautiful, beautiful hill is in its beginning stages. How many like how I did my fairy garden hill into the water fountain? I want to tuck some more of this in so it looks like it's part of that stone. And I will work with it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it to blend in nicely. And there's the start of your hill, guys. Now tell me that doesn't look like it's part of the water fountain. Doesn't that look like part of the water fountain? If you didn't see this white was already covered, it would look like it was part of the water fountain. And that is how you make a hill going up to a beautiful water fountain to make it a part of your fairy garden. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Oh, I bet you my daughter left again. Anybody have any questions? If you do and you missed the live and you have a question, you can always email me at tzedgames@gmail.com. Hang on, guys. Sorry about my arm. Got to get rid of the call. All right. Oh, Tiffany's still here. Yay. If anybody, so like I said, if you missed the live and you have a fairy garden question, let me know. Now, how many are ready for the other big surprise? Here we go, guys. I'm going to show you the big surprise to this fairy garden, indoor fairy garden. Here we go. Ta-da! Isn't that gonna be beautiful when the fairy garden is all put together and it has the mist, the fairy mist, the beautiful lighting, and the beautiful hill? Awesome, awesome. How many of you love that for the indoor fairy garden? Ah, Tiffany said, ooh, nice, love it. Oh, I love it too, guys. And I'll tell you what, when we finish our hill and put the stones in, oh my goodness, it's going to be so beautiful. And don't worry about your reindeer moss getting damp. It will dry. It'll still look the same. A lot of fairy gardens are made to have water, so don't worry about that. But I had to share it with you guys real quick. My beautiful lighted fairy garden. And I can't wait. Every Friday we're going to be doing more and more stuff, guys, until the fairy garden is complete. And I'll tell you what, I want to thank you all for being a part of this part of our fairy garden, and I will see you next week when we finish the stones and the hill, and we are working on another project, and I will let you know what that is next week. Look forward to that, guys. And tomorrow, look forward to that premiere. Remember, I told you guys, what's in my sandbox? It will be available at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Saturday. And, oh, my sweetie would kill me. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Oh, my gosh, I almost forgot. Hang on, I'm coming. Guys, thank you, Angel, thank you, because Steve would have watched this and he would have been upset with me because I didn't show it. My sweetheart got some Happy Mail. He did. He really did. He was so tickled.
Incoming call.
Oh, come on, calls.
Incoming call.
All right, here we go. He got this beautiful Get Well card from Sacred Emotions, Keeping in Touch. And here's what he loved about it, guys. It says, I will be the gladdest thing under the sun. I will touch 100 flowers and not pick one. To say hello, how are you? And to send a wish your way for everything that's pleasant to make a happy day. Now, listen to this, guys. She wrote, oh, Mr. Sweetie, this is not how you get vacations. We have said our prayers and know everything will be fine. Take care of my BFF and yourself, and please, don't be extreme next time you want alone time. Love you both, Angel and her sweetie, Angel and Jamel. Isn't that a lovely card, guys? He was so tickled. He said, please show that. Let everyone know. He laughed so hard when he read, that is not a way to get a vacation. That just tickled his funny bone. And yes, Angel, he is all better. I want to thank everyone for all our prayers. And now my card, I got one too. It says, thinking of you. The summer's flower is the summer sweet. Just a note expressing thoughts so seldom stated. How nice you are, how special, and how much appreciated. Most important, how loved you are. I feel better. Hope you feel better now. Love, Angel. Beautiful. I'm getting choked up. Let me take a drink, guys. We so appreciated all your prayers, guys. And we are very grateful to the Lord for standing by us, getting us through our COVID, and every day gets better and better. And those beautiful cards helped. Thank you so much. And my sweetie says to you, Angel, thank you. His first ever Happy Mail. Very first ever Happy Mail. My hubby calls him Sweetie. I know, ever since I've known you guys, that's all I ever call him, is my sweetie, you know, sweetheart. It's no wonder y'all call him Sweetie, because that's all you've ever known him by, that's for sure. And that was my sweetie's Happy Mail for his mini sick vacation. All right, guys, back to what I was saying. Thank you so much, Angel. Thank you. That's Sacred Emotions. All right, tomorrow, 10 a.m. What's in my sandbox? 10 a.m. It will be available. 10 a.m. Mark your times. Mark your calendars. Seating is limited. And also, tomorrow is our very first birthday game with a Cash App prize, so you don't want to miss that either. That will be coming out tomorrow afternoon. Our What's in My Sandbox, the end of our summer games, into our September, fall, and holiday season games. So that will be up tomorrow afternoon. So everyone, you have a fantastic, great weekend, and look for the word of the week on Sunday. That's going to be an awesome, awesome word of the week this week. Tiffany said I'm calling him the next time we come over. See, my sent the cards and flowers in one. You're welcome. His envelope even yes, his envelope even said Mr. Sweetie. He's like, honey, you got 2 envelopes or 2 cards here. And he handed them both to me, and I looked down at it and I saw Mr. Sweetie, and I had to chuckle. And I said, honey, this is for you, not me. It says Mr. Sweetie on there. That's your card. And so that just tickled him pink when he got to see that. All right, guys, you have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you on Monday, of course, after the weekend. Sunday is my day of rest. Until then, you have an all beautiful, happy, and positive weekend.